I got no idea what the girl's doing out here.
I think we're all trying to figure that out.
And the car, I thought I've seen him picking it up. Wasn't really all that far, but while the car was still running, she could have been doing anything. This is definitely a little narrow car. It's not an SUV or anything like that, or it's not a side-by-side.
She had an Escape, which was like a cute ute, but the tire, it's hard to tell because it was shredded. But it looked like on the side there wasn't damage. There was it was a car
Yeah,
tire,
you could tear the shit
car.
up bringing it back here.
So that's what I was trying to watch for, coming in and out. I'll pay a little more attention going out. I took a slow walk back after I located the. So your coordinates were spot on. So thank you for that.
Through what we had on Onyx maps, the hardest thing we were driving all over hell and creation at 10 o'clock at night trying to find enough fucking signal to send all the stuff the guy wanted.
And I think it got worse last night, and then this morning. Like where you were yesterday, I had decent service, but today I don't.
Well, I didn't have any problem at all calling, talking to him. I could send a text with just letters.
Right.
But when I try to send a picture or any of the other shit with more data, we ended up driving halfway up to the meadow, and I got most of them to him. But
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I think it was you I talked to last night. No, I think this is that's your print, but I don't see this. This is not on your boot.
There's another guy that was with me.
And you think that might be his?
Yeah, both of us walked down here.
Okay.
He took the picture on his deal because we looked and I thought, that's fucking creepy, man. You know, there's some clothes hanging on that shit, and that's a woman small.
And she's 5'9", 120, so.
I mean, a lot of girls wear tighter clothes because it looks too small to be, but I don't know what the style is. It seems a little bit small, but it's Forever 21 was the tag and the one thing, and I do know some shit about girls' clothes because I got daughters, teen daughters. I don't think they sell kiddies' clothes. It's just small woman is the smallest that you can get.
Right.
I don't know that, but I'm pretty sure that they don't. But anyway, hopefully it helps. I don't have any idea, like I said, anything more than the info that I gave you, but it ain't been that long since they pulled this little car in here because tire tracks are. I don't know when the last rain was, but
yeah. But I mean, you're right. I was like, that's probably about the size tire that's on that car.
Exactly. That's what my thought was. Like, hey, you drove by here, but why you leave your clothes unless you're under duress, or you guys are doing the investigation? I don't know. Or you see a lot of weird shit with the druggy crap. I was walking, and this tripped me a little bit too. There's probably no relation, but it's up on the other side. If you come around, you go by our camp. I walked back in there the other morning, like 2 miles, and at like 6:15 in the morning, I couldn't find where it came from, but it came on. Somebody was blaring fucking rock music back there on a radio for about 10 minutes and then turned it off.
When was this?
This was yesterday morning.
Okay.
So that strikes me as drug shit, party, teenage stuff, but I don't even know how you get back there if you don't walk. But it was like, just do if you would. Literally what I did is I left my camp, which you may have stopped at on the way.
It's right before you drop down.
Right after you drop down the hill.
Yeah, so I figured that's where you came.
I took my camp and I went due east, straight towards the first windmill that you see.
Uh-huh.
And I was just out there in the quiet. There was a few elk bugling, a little bit of shit going on. And I don't know, I got probably like a mile and a quarter. And all of a sudden, this death metal fucking shit comes on at fairly decent high volume. And of course, I could have sought him out, but that was my initial thought. That's weird as shit, but I just stay away from it. I don't have any interaction. I don't interact well with crackheads and drug addicts, but that's what it had to do with. Maybe you bring your car here and beat the shit out of it and leave some clothes. I don't know. You probably have more insight into that lifestyle than I do.
Unfortunately, what we put on that missing person fire, we don't really know much more than that, you know. And what strikes me, what really amazes me is we did figure out, based on other people like woodcutters coming in and out, when the car got there. It's amazing how long it went before it got reported to us. And then when a deputy came out, that's when he discovered this person's missing, was reported missing this week.
So you don't even know if she brought the car here or anything? You weren't able to access any of her cell phone records?
It was not there. for us to do anything with. You know, it's you know, there's a just because one phone's not being used doesn't mean there's not another one out there that no one knows about. You know, that kind of thing. So
well, I'm sure you guys know what you're doing and you
but-
check it out. I know they make shit a lot easier on people now because, like, hell, I never asked Google to look up my ass and track everywhere I go. But if I need to know last Wednesday where I was at 9 o'clock, they'll tell me. It's on
Google
there, man.
will
And
Google
they
will track
said
you. Yeah.
You even have the tracker turned on. I did a job for a lawyer a couple weeks ago, and just for fun, I asked him, I go, hey, is this shit admissible? I mean, you know, let's just say I know this guy, John, and I send him an email, fuck you, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then John ends up missing, and I'm a suspect because I was dumb enough to send an email, which I know is proof. Email and text you guys can use, but I go, could they, you know, without my permission, I never asked Google to track me, and I'm not going to commit any crimes. I just get interested by this because I was talking to a lawyer. I go, if they found my Google records, and my Google records are everything. Everywhere I go, they tell me. If I stopped at a bar, it says I was there. Stopped at a Mexican restaurant, I was there. Every place I stopped, but it's the only reason why I let it go on is because it also helps me track my mileage. If I ever get audited by the IRS, I have proof that.
True.
Then he says, yeah. He says, as far as I know, there's nothing I could do as a defense lawyer if after you fucked up and you sent the email and said you were going to kill the guy and he ended up missing, they found on Google tracking that you were in the location close to him, and he says, I don't think that I could get that evidence expunged. I think it's admissible. I was like, that's amazing.
It's pretty. Our detectives will handle all that. I don't, you know, I'm a search and rescue guy, but it's just, this is just weird. And what I'm trying to do is, on my way back, try to pay really close attention if I can find some white body parts from a car, because she had some front end damage on it. To see if she's.
Well, she's out driving around and shit like this. Yeah, it would be pretty easy to
you're
figure
right.
out.
And the thing was, I saw some juniper pine leaves in it, and there are some here. There's one right there.
Yeah. Well, she drove, whatever came in, they drove all the way down to there. You already noticed that, but I told my buddy, the tracks are fresh and the clothes don't have cobwebs. They don't have to hang out here a couple weeks. They'll start collecting dust and stuff.
Yeah.
I said, this is strange. It just struck me as weird, and with the girl missing, obviously. Even the car, I wouldn't mess with it too much. I've seen vehicles out for days, some hippies out hiking and stuff like that, but if the tires were all damaged and it's got a lot of body damage, that would, because she's been missing, what, 3 weeks now?
Oh, I don't know. She was reported missing on the 4th, but we got people saying that they saw the car as recent as the 1st in that spot.
Oh, that's weird.
So, yeah, it's. Did you guys walk around much of this spot?
No, we walked straight down to it. I checked the pockets and I turned the shirt around just to see if it's like somebody wrote a note or something like, I'm freaking out, I'm dying, or you know. And I looked in the pocket to see if there was an ID or a note or something like that. That was that. Then we just came straight back.
Okay.
These tracks are ours. There's 2 different sets of boots. I didn't even, when we came in yesterday.
Yeah, you probably didn't even know they were there. So.
Well, I mean, there was no scooter tracks even on this road. We were like cutting a fresh track, and the archery season just stopped like 8 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's been at least that long or longer. But like I said, when this came in, the tracks are still discernible, which I'd say might go a week when you can still recognize them, the way the wind blows and stuff out here and shit moves around. But no cobwebs on the clothes, no dirt, no nothing. And we didn't monkey with anything. We didn't unhang it at all. I just turned the shirt around, looked on the back for a note, checked in the pocket, and I acknowledged that they were women's clothes, and the logo on it might. There's a logo of some orange, and it's this main squeeze or some shit like that. Maybe somebody who knows her, if you can talk to her parents or the last people she saw.
That's what I'm going to try to collect. Is just, hey, have you ever seen her wear this, or is she known to wear this kind of thing? Just, you know, just to see if we can kind of try to figure out what she was trying to do, even though we're pretty sure where the car was is where she leaves, but it just, we're just scratching our head. It's like, that's a long way to go with juniper pine in your car. you know, from the 124. So this makes a whole lot of sense that she might have been back in here. And these tracks, I mean, that's not somebody hunting.
I read the whole thing just because the guy stopped. It was kind of weird too because yesterday we had some scooter people, a bunch of recreational riders, older people ride by, and one guy stopped and he was like, "We lost our little white dog, man. His wife's just freaking the fuck out." I know you did, because I saw the sheriff guy when he dropped the thing off, and I go, "Would do me a favor while you're out looking? There's a little white dog that some lady really wants back." And I told him, if you find the dog, stop at this camp. And the Mexican guy that's with me got the guy. We got his number. So the sheriff guy stopped. I guess let the dog out. And I got kind of a kick out of that because this lady was fucked up about the dog. I could get it. But I think if you take your little puppies out scooter riding, you better have them fucking trained to stay in. I don't know if it jumped out or they were out doing something.
Or bounced out.
But how it even survived 24 hours, just being Snow White with all the predators out here, it's not a good combination.
Yeah, with the birds that were flying yesterday.
I laughed because Sal goes, "Yeah, man, the guy, he found the dog. He was with him, you know, and he stopped to get the number." I was laughing because I go, "That's so fucking lucky," because she stopped to drop this off, and I said, "I'll do what I can for you if we see anything or anything," because it's not like if one of my daughters, I would want them found, you know. But the dog thing, I go, if you see a little white dog, I'm sure you wouldn't abandon it, but I go, the other guy who's not here, he has the number, so you could call the guy in Williams and get it back. So I was like pretty happy that you guys found it.
I'm glad that worked out.
You guys, there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah, what
saw
are the
your
odds?
trucks go by. What was there, about 10 or 12 of you out here looking?
Yeah, something like that.
A helicopter the better part of yesterday.
I flew it pretty hard. You know, but if you're talking October 1 to now, you know, there's it just sounds like we need to be investigating a little more, because it's entirely possible she got to ride out.
That's right. And,
So,
and B, was there a guy with her? C, does she have a drug problem? And at least give you some pattern of erratic behavior, because it's not me being judgy when I bring it up.
No, it's just trying to understand where it might go.
They're weird. I live in a really nice rednecky kind of place, and there's some cheap ass rental trailers over there, and some of that element has moved in, and it's just a different world dealing with those. Hey, they're walking down the road. You don't stop and ask if they want to fucking ride. They can't even do. It's a crazy thing what it does to your brain.
Yeah.
It's sad. But I'm gonna scoot on, man. Good luck with your investigation. If we see anything else, we'll give a shout.
Yeah, that, you know, we're kind of in the same spot where we were, kind of not far from where the car was. But you know, you have my number. I called it. You texted it. That's my number.
I still have it.
And so, if you see anything else, anything kind of weird, let me know. But I appreciate you. I mean, this was spot on. I'm going to collect it and see if I can run it by someone, have a detective run it by someone to see.
Gotta try. I've almost never seen it. Well, fuck, I'm that old now. I've been out here 50 years hunting. I've seen an old hunting jacket or something, but
I expect that.
A reasonably close enough to tight fit. Like the lady who's missing in these tracks, it hasn't been that long, so I don't think since that car came in here. So yeah, we see. You know what? I even took two different paths when I walked here. We walked down to that. We did walk past there and look down
to the creek,
into the wash. And I walked two different paths, and I glassed a lot. And I was looking if I seen anything, you know.
Right. Nothing.
We're out here hunting anyway. You see a lot of, you know, time to time you see some crazy shit. This seems weird though. It doesn't sound like you guys got a lot to go on.
Yeah, it's just one of those. You know, when it's reported so late, you know, it's hard to. It's hard to.
It would have stopped me with the car damage. Other than that, I see a truck out there for 3 days, you know, and don't worry too much.
Yeah, if you see anything that might be like a white body molding or something like that, just when you get cell phone service or you'll see our search and rescue vehicles. Stop by and let me know. But one quick question: I saw an Under Armour tag. Anybody in your group wearing Under Armour hunting gear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
They do. What do you mean a tag?
Like a T-shirt tag on the back that'll tell you your size. Yeah.
Yeah, Yuppie Sal wears under. He wears all that.
All right. What's his name?
Sal.
Oh, okay, Yuppie Sal. All right.
Well, I tease him because you know he is from Mexico. He can't even still talk right, but he got a $4,000 pair of Swarovski binocular and Under Armour and a Caillou Strong, all that yuppie shit that costs way too much money that does the same as my Vortex stuff. I like to give him shit too. He's upset with me most of the time we're out here. I don't know why he invites me, but
That's funny. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure. She didn't strike me as an Under Armour type, so if it's one of your guys.
Forever 21, that's how I know. I think they only have adult clothes. So it's that small adult stuff. It looks too small to fit a woman, but some people wear their clothes tight.
Okay.
And before I even called, I was thinking about that too, kind of weird. But also when I looked at the picture you guys have on the photo, she's got a pretty tight ass tank top on, so she's slim enough to pull it off, or still young enough in her brain to think, and I gotta put that slick clothes on to catch the boys.
Yeah, 120 pounds, it's possible.
It is.
You know, so. All right, well, I appreciate it.